Next cell organelle or the cell structure which we are going to discuss is plastids. Okay, it is plastids. It is plastids, not plastic. Okay, so plastids, these are the structures which are present in the cell. Okay, and they have a double membrane, means they are surrounded by two layers. They are surrounded by two membranes. Okay, basically plastids, okay, they are present only in plant cell. Okay, plastids, they are present only in plant cell. Okay, in animal cell the plastids, they are absent. Okay, so you can see here this plastids, they are found only in plant cells. Second is they have, you can see, double membrane. Okay, suppose this is the plastid. Double membranes means two layers, okay, which surrounds the plastids. So basically beta plastids, there are three types. Okay, first is leucoplast, second is chloroplast, and third is chromoplast. Okay, these are the three types of plastids: leucoplast, chloroplast, and chromoplast. Leucoplast. Okay, leucoplast, it is colorless plastid. Okay, leucoplast, it is a colorless plastid, means it is not having any color. And this leucoplast, its function is to store the food. That is, it stores starch, okay, and oil drops. Clear? So first type of plastid is leucoplast. Okay, so leucoplast is colorless. It is not having any color. Second thing is its function is to store starch and oil drops. Clear? See, second important plastid is chloroplast, and this chloroplast, it contains chlorophyll, and you all know that chlorophyll. Okay, this chlorophyll, it plays a major role in the process of photosynthesis, because this chlorophyll, it traps the sunlight which is required for the completion of the photosynthesis. Okay, function. Chloroplast, because it is containing chlorophyll, that's why it helps in the process of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis, you all know, the process by which plants make their food. Okay. Third, third. Okay, beta, second type of plastid is chloroplast. This chloroplast, it contains a pigment which is known as chlorophyll. Okay, and chlorophyll is responsible for trapping the sunlight. And sunlight, you all know, it is required for completion of photosynthesis. Without sunlight, the process will not be completed. Okay, so third plastid, see here, it is chromoplast, and this chromoplast, okay, it is colored plastid. Okay, it is colored plastid, and it contains, okay, non-green pigments. Non-green pigments means which are, okay, not green in color. And these chromoplast, it contains non-green pigment which are responsible for the color of, okay, fruits and flowers. Okay, so plastids, it is the cell organelle. Okay, cell organelle means the cell structures which is present inside the cell. Okay, plastids, they are absent in animal cell and they are present only in plant cell. Okay, plastids, they are surrounded by a double layer or double membrane. Clear? And plastids, there are three types. First is leucoplast, second is chloroplast, and third is chromoplast. Okay, leucoplast, it is colorless plastid. Okay, its function is to store starch and oil drops. The function of chloroplast is it contains a pigment which is known as chlorophyll that traps the sunlight. And third is chromoplast. It contains non-green pigments. Okay, and it is responsible for giving color to fruits and flowers. Okay, so this is regarding the plastids. No beta, today is no test. Tomorrow I will take test. Okay, you will be informed later on. Is this clear, plastid? Reply in message.
What is pigment?
Beta, pigment means particle. Okay, pigment means small particles. Okay, so plastids are clear. Okay, this is the structure of plant cell. Okay, and you have to practice both plant cell as well as animal cell. So here you can see, first of all, the most important thing to remember in plant cell is there is presence of cell wall. Okay, cell wall is present in case of plant cell. So starting from first, that is cell wall. See, this is the outer layer. Okay, the outer membrane. This is the cell wall. Okay, and due to presence of this cell wall, okay, the structure of the plant cell is rigid. Okay, rigid means tough. Okay, so due to presence of cell wall, and this cell wall is made up of a chemical which is known as cellulose. Okay, so the cell wall in the plant cell is made up of a chemical which is known as cellulose. Okay, so the next to cell wall, this layer it is known as, plasma membrane. Now, beta, the main difference between cell wall and plasma membrane is this cell wall it is fully permeable. Okay, it allows entry or exit of all the substances freely. But in case of plasma membrane, only some of the substances they are allowed to pass through this membrane. That's why plasma membrane is known as selectively permeable membrane. Okay, it allows only some of the substances to pass through it. Okay, so this is the major difference between cell wall and plasma membrane. Okay, now see here, in the at the periphery, not at the center, there is nucleus. Okay, there is nucleus. Okay, and nucleus it is the most important part or structure of the cell. Okay, nucleus it controls all the activities which are performed by the cell. Okay, so nucleus, okay, it lies at the periphery, not at the center. In case of animal cell, the nucleus it lies, okay, at the center. So this nucleus, this is the most important part of the cell. Okay, because nucleus it controls all the activities which are performed by the cell. So this nucleus, okay, outside the nucleus there is a membrane which is known as nuclear membrane. Okay, inside nucleus there is a liquid substance which is known as nucleoplasm. Okay, like in cells, cytoplasm is present. Cytoplasm is a, okay, fluid substance which is present inside the cell. In the same way, inside the nucleus, a fluid is present which is known as nucleoplasm. And in this nucleoplasm, okay, here you can see two large shaped structures or two big shaped structures. These are known as vacuoles. Okay, the vacuoles in plant cells they are large in size and less in number. Okay, the vacuoles, these are the vacuoles. Okay, and these vacuoles they store proteins, okay, fats, lipids, and okay, some other liquid substances. So these vacuoles, okay, they are large in size in case of plant cell, but they are present in less number. Okay, the number of vacuoles in plant cell is less. Clear? So because they are present in bigger shape or bigger size, that's why they occupy most of the space. And this is the reason that this nucleus it lies in the periphery. Okay, it is not located at the center. Okay, so these are the cell organelles or the structures which are present in the plant cell. Okay, so different structures you can see, I have labeled them. Okay, and you have to practice the diagram of this plant cell as well as animal cell. So basic difference what you have to remember, the plant cell it contains cell wall. Okay, in animal cell the cell wall is absent. And here you can see a major difference, okay, is in the shape. Okay, plant cells as compared to animal cells, the size of the plant cell is large. Okay, the size of the plant cell is large as compared to animal cell. Clear? So this is the structure of, okay, plant cell.
एम्पिटोयल सेल वॉल आवाज तो फिर उसके नेटवर्क पर कर दी थी
स्क्रीनशॉट ले लिया सब, उसने जल्दी ले लिया था यार, उसमें कम होंगे बच्चे 40।
10 कम हो
Okay, cell wall, beta, cell wall. It is the outer, okay, hard layer. Okay, it is the outer layer which is present in the plant cell. Okay, and this cell wall it is absent in case of animal cell. And due to presence of cell wall in plant cell, the plant cell is tough. The plant cell is hard. Okay, and this cell wall is made up of a substance which is known as cellulose. Clear? And cellulose, okay, like you have seen when animals they chew the grass, okay, and these animals they have the capability, they have the ability to digest cellulose. Okay, because special enzyme is present in their body for the digestion of that cellulose. But human beings they cannot digest this cellulose because we do not have any enzyme for the digestion of cellulose. Clear? So this is regarding, okay, plant cell. Plant cell is clear?
ओके सर
Okay, beta, next we are going to discuss, okay, we are going to discuss about some single cell organism, okay, and in that we are taking amoeba. Okay, in your syllabus amoeba is given. This amoeba, okay, it is unicellular organism. Okay, in the beginning of the chapter I have told you the difference between unicellular and multicellular. So this amoeba is unicellular organism. Okay, unicellular means it is made up of only one cell. In itself, the amoeba is a single cell. Okay. Now, see the shape of amoeba, it is irregular. It does not have a fixed shape. Okay, you can draw the shape of amoeba in any, okay, form. Like this is the amoeba. Okay, because it is not having any fixed shape, that's why I have drawn it like this. Okay, you can also draw it any form. So this amoeba, this is the amoeba. This is nucleus. See beta, this is the structure of amoeba. This is the nucleus. Okay. Then this is the food vacuole, and In this, a liquid is present which is known as cytoplasm. The most important thing to remember here is this amoeba, okay, it has some projections on its body. Okay, projection means outgrowth. इसकी body पे कुछ outgrowths हैं and they are known as pseudopodia. Okay, they are known as pseudopodia. So I am drawing it here. So beta, with the help of this pseudopodia, this amoeba it moves. Okay, this pseudopodia they helps amoeba to move. Okay, also with the help of this pseudopodia, the amoeba catches its food or catches its prey. ओके, सूडोपोडिया की हेल्प से क्या कर रहा है अमीबा? एक तो मूव कर रहा है और दूसरा क्या कर रहा है? अपने खाने को कैच कर रहा है. तो whenever this amoeba it okay sees or it observes some food particles, okay, then with the help of this pseudopodia, okay, it takes that food particle. So suppose this is the food particle. So what will this amoeba do? It will make a vacuole. It will make a covering around this food particle. Okay, and then this amoeba will digest it. Okay, this food particle it will enter into the body of the amoeba. And inside the body there is secretion of some digestive enzymes, and with the help of that enzymes the food particle is digested. Okay, so this is regarding amoeba. What you have to remember, amoeba is a single celled organism. Okay, amoeba do not have fixed shape. Okay, amoeba का कोई fixed shape नहीं है. Okay, amoeba have some outer growths on its body which are known as pseudopodia. Very important term, pseudopodia. Okay, pseudopodia they are also known as false feet. Okay, pseudopodia are also known as false feet. False feet means nakli पैर. Okay, and with the help of pseudopodia, the amoeba moves. The amoeba catches its prey. अपने शिकार को क्या करता है? उससे पकड़ता है. शिकार कहने का क्या मतलब है यहाँ पे? Food. Okay, and when the food particle it enters inside the body, the digestive enzymes helps in the digestion of that food particle. So this is regarding a single celled organism, that is amoeba. Amoeba is clear? Reply in message. रिकॉर्डिंग चल रही है. ओके बेटा.
सर ओके
Okay, someone is asking where does amoeba lives? Beta, amoeba it can be found in the stagnant water, standing water. Okay, and it can be found in the soil. Clear? It can be found in the stagnant water. Stagnant means जो खड़ा हुआ पानी है, और दूसरा क्या है आपका moist soil. Okay, it can be found in the soil also. Clear? Next unicellular organisms which we are going to discuss is Chlamydomonas. Okay, Chlamydomonas. Okay, beta. Chlamydomonas, okay, it is a unicellular algae. Okay, unicellular algae. Now see, algae, these are plant-like organisms. Basically, the algae, they grows on the surface of pond, on the surface of lake, on the surface of water. Okay, algae, these are plant-like organisms. Okay, and these algae, they contain chlorophyll. And algae, I have already told you, these grows on the surface of, okay, water, on the surface of pond, on the surface of lake. Okay, and chlamydomonas is a unicellular algae. Okay, means it is made up of a single cell. Okay, now you can see the body of this chlamydomonas is unicellular and biflagellate. Okay, see here. This is chlamydomonas. Okay, it is made up of a single cell and it is biflagellate. Biflagellate means it have two, okay, hair-like structures. Okay, that is known as flagella. Okay, it have two hair-like structure which is known as flagella. Okay, like my head is there, from this portion to this portion. Suppose this is chlamydomonas. Okay, and these two hands, when I put it over the head, okay, these are the flagella. Okay, see here. So this is flagella. Now because they are two in number, that's why they are known as biflagellate. Okay, so chlamydomonas, the body is unicellular. Okay, the chlamydomonas is unicellular algae. Okay, and it is biflagellate, means two flagella are present, and with the help of this flagella it moves. Okay, this flagella, it helps chlamydomonas to move. Okay, and basically algae, they are present on the surface of ponds, on the surface of lakes. Clear? And what the main important thing to remember here is that chlamydomonas, okay, it is the name of algae. Okay, this chlamydomonas, okay, it is the name of algae, and algae are plant-like organisms which contain chlorophyll. Means this algae, they are able to prepare their food. Okay, because they are containing the pigment chlorophyll. So two organisms, two unicellular organisms we have discussed. First is amoeba and the second is chlamydomonas.